Ever felt like you're stuck in a rut or you're just not where you want to be in life? You are not alone. I've been there. But what if I told you that in just 90 days, that's 3 months, you can totally change your life? If you're ready to level up your life, let's dive in. Your life or you as a person is not a form of road trip. You know those road trips where you're enjoying the long drives with no real destination. The ride is so good. Road trips are so nice, and I try to think about it like your life should not apply like some form of road trip, because you need to know where you are going. You need to have clarity, because when you have clarity, you know exactly what you want to work on. When you have clarity, you know, like, this is the person I want to become and this is what I'm willing to do to achieve that. When you don't have clarity, you are about anything, you are about anyone, you just don't have anything going on for yourself. And if you really want to transform your life, you need to know exactly what you want. Like, for example, I was even reading a book the other day, and there was a line I read that said, it's not enough to say you want to get rich or you want to have money in your bank account. And then I was like, yeah, this is true, because most of the time you're like, I want to have a lot of money in my bank account, but how much is a lot of money? But when you are specific, when you have clarity, you're like, I want to have maybe $1 million in my account. You're like, okay, $1 million, but how do I work on achieving $1 million in my bank account? Because when it's clear, you know exactly what you need to do. When something is not clear, you really do not know what you need to do, because you don't have even something specific you're working towards. So clarity, have a clear vision of where you want to go or who you want to become. And when it comes to setting clear visions of where you want to go, I recommend having something like vision boards. Vision boards are so good. I want to get one for myself and just be putting the woman I want to become or the things that I'm working towards to achieve maybe by the end of this year. Come on, early next year I'm somewhere. And right now I do not have one, but I recommend having one so much. I've seen some girls posting it and I'm really feeling like, oh, this is something nice. And what I'm currently doing is so much on Pinterest. Pinterest is such a baby to me. I love it so much. It's my therapy kind of thing, I'll say. When it comes to social media, it's my favorite app on social media, because I go there, I can see things that I love and I see things that I'm working towards, like maybe fitness, wellness, because I'm really passionate about those kind of things. And I can see like me as a creator adding value to you, my viewers, and those things like that. And it just helps me to know, okay, when it comes to wellness, I need to make sure that I'm eating right. When it comes to content creation, I need to make sure at least I'm being consistent, I'm adding value and not just doing videos for the sake of doing videos, and those kind of things. So let's make sure that we set clear visions for ourselves and clarity to know exactly where we want to go. Next is to create a 90-day plan. And now let's break it down. I am no longer subscribing to having a bunch of things that I need to get done maybe by the end of this week, because I don't know if you guys watched my last video, but I think there's somewhere I mentioned, like, when you have a lot of things that you want to achieve all maybe by the end of the week or by the end of the month, you end up feeling like you did not really achieve anything. You beat yourself up and those kind of things. I believe in breaking down goals into small sized steps, where you're like, let's say for example, you want to run a marathon. Running a marathon seems quite impossible at the beginning, but when you look at it this way, let's say you're planning to run a marathon, you've never done it before, and now you can be like, okay, because you want to do that, maybe you can start by every single day you start walking maybe 20 minutes, and come the other week you are walking maybe for 30 minutes. You started including it into, this is something you normally do. Now when it comes to running the marathon, it's a possibility, because the small steps to work towards running the marathon, which is the main goal that you have, you are already working towards it because of these small steps that you are doing. You know, for example, what you want to work on. For example, I'm going to tell you guys what I'm currently struggling with, or rather what I'm currently like trying to work on. I'm trying to work on public speaking. The other day I was given a task. I don't even know if I'm supposed to share this, but I was given a task. I was supposed to talk in front of people and I froze. I did it, yes, but I didn't give it my best shot. It's something I'm struggling with. Yes, I might be here, I'm talking to you guys, but I know when it comes to public speaking, it's something I need to work on. Now, what I'm doing, I'm checking out some courses and learn. I'm also practicing like and imagining, like, for example, right now, when I'm looking at the camera, I'm like, this is not just a camera. This is 100 people, my audience, who are just in front of me, listening to me. And I make it feel like this is the way I'm practicing so that I can actually be good when it comes to public speaking. It's just small steps towards where I want to go. Now, you know what you want to work on. For example, you want to work on your fitness. You want to work on having better productive days. You want to work on being your best version of yourself. You want to work on communication. You want to be a good listener. There's somewhere you can always start. You don't have to be perfect. I don't believe in perfection. I've never subscribed to it. I totally stopped chasing perfection. But what I'm always working towards, and what I want you also to work towards, is progress. It doesn't matter what the next girl or what the next man is doing. You know your journey, you know what you're working on, and just focus on that. Next is leveling up your mindset. So many people will come and tell you, if you want to make money, change your job. If you want to be fit, go to this specific gym. But all of that is just an icing of the cake. You need to change your mindset. Literally everything revolves around mindset. Those people who have achieved great wealth, those people who are flourishing in everything they do, when you listen to them talk, you can hear that these people are so positive. Yes, the negatives will always be there, but they don't let negativity outweigh the positives in their lives. Now, if you want to change your life, and this revolves everything around you, everything around your life, you need to change your mindset. And self-doubt is a killer. Let's say, for example, you have a friend who is coming to you and telling you maybe they're going through this and that, and you know, we don't really advise our friends bad things. Now, what I always tell myself is that the advice that I would give my friend, the advice or the level of mindset or the way I would want my friend to be on a positive mindset, is what I always tell myself to stick to that. It's quite hard because, truth be said, we have life going on. We have real things going on. Sometimes bad things happen, but you have to not to let these things weigh you down. Especially if you want to transform your life, the first thing that you need to make sure that you're changing is your mindset. And it's quite challenging to do it, especially if you're always on the negative side of things. For me, before, I used to create the worst case scenarios out of almost everything. And trust me, when it comes to mindset, everything that you manifest or you think about tends to manifest itself in your own life. And then I used to be like, why is this thing always happening? But when I really think about it, I was like, but I played a role in this thing happening because I kept on kind of manifesting and speaking negativity onto my life, and that's why this is happening. I had to change all of that. I had to cultivate a very strong positive mindset. Yes, things happen, but I'm always like, no, I'm going to try and look at the best possible way to look at this situation. I'm going to focus on what is working and try and give it my best, and whatever I cannot control, whatever is not in my hands and in my power, peace. And that is what I want you to do as well. Now, affirmations are a good way to start. Telling yourself maybe you can do this. If you're given a task and you don't know how to do it, always like ask questions. I ask questions so much. I don't care if I'm gonna appear like I don't know. I'd rather not pretend I know and ask. Someone will answer me or they will teach me. I'm also encouraging being open-minded. I'm also encouraging being a student. Ask questions, be open-minded, be willing to learn. Just cultivate a positive mindset because it will really help you to change your life. Next is to get out of your comfort zone. Comfort zone is where most dreams die, is where so many people, their potential die. Comfort zone is the enemy of progress. Now, you want to make sure that you're pushing yourself. Maybe that could be meeting new people. That could be you building your network. That could be you when you meet people. You don't have to be a people pleaser, but be a people person, if you get what I'm saying. You don't have to be a people pleaser because you're trying to get into this kind of people or talking to them or building a network, but always try to be a people person. Listen, share ideas, listen to people and get ideas from them. Also share your ideas. Don't shy away from sharing your ideas as well. The other day I had a sit down with some women and my mind was so blown when I was talking to them. Some of these women are doing amazing with their lives at their age and I was so impressed. I was listening to them so much because I knew there's a lot to learn from them. Others have very huge, big networks, and then I was like, how do you guys build this? And we got talking and I learned so much. This was unlike me before. I will just be in my own zone. Yes, I do love being by myself, but I'm also trying to at least get out of my comfort zone and meet new people, learn a thing or two, because there's really nothing that grows out of your comfort zone. You will not be great in your comfort zone. All your dreams may die in your comfort zone. Sometimes you need to push yourself, whether that is trying new hobbies, places, meeting new people, trying new food. It could be anything. Just make sure you're pushing yourself a little bit every single time. And with this, you find that you're really working towards changing your life and you become a different person. It feels great. You feel so good with yourself. You look at yourself and you're like, I'm so proud of you. Do you know how well you're doing? It really, really matters. Next is building healthy habits. Sometimes, yes, you want to have healthy habits, but you don't know where to start. These are some of things I would recommend if you want maybe to start cultivating good healthy habits. You maybe, for example, you don't have a morning routine. I will recommend having a morning routine, and make sure the first 1 hour of every morning, even if it's not every morning, but at least majority of your mornings, that the first 1 hour is dedicated fully for you. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Every morning I wake up, I don't really like having rushed mornings. I hate them so much. I love slow mornings. I want to eat my breakfast slowly. I want to write my gratitude. I want to know what I'm supposed to do in the day. I want to make my bed. I want to drink some water, lemon water in the morning, and just clean my dishes and leave my house clean before I go out there and deal with the rest of the world. Now, another thing I can also recommend is reading. Make sure, for example, you are adding, even if it's 20 minutes a day. We all have 20 minutes a day where you can spare and read something, because we always spend hours on our phones. So it doesn't matter if you're there and you're like, oh, I'm always busy, I don't have time to read, but you're always on your phone. So why not spare 20 minutes to improve your mind, to be open-minded, to learn something new? And you don't have to put a deadline like, oh, this healthy habit, I have to finish this book by this week. No. Even if it's just an article or something that you want to learn, do that. Another thing is maybe including movements in your routine. It could be walking. Not everybody wants to go to the gym, but walking is so underrated, and it's one of the best therapy you can give to yourself. Walking, it could be maybe around your neighborhood. It could be in the morning if you love walking in the morning. It could be in the evening if you enjoy sunset and all of that. Another one is eating, making a habit of at least knowing what you are eating. That includes maybe eating clean, making sure you're drinking your water, making your bed, eating vegetables, making sure that you are so intentional with what you eat. We are not against desserts. I have those days when I want to eat my dessert and I don't really think about the calories and all of that, but we are talking about cultivating healthy habits because we are working towards changing our lives. If you don't have healthy habits, you know exactly, for example, what you want to work on. You know what you want to start including in your life. I have felt like lately I've been like, okay, for me right now, I want to start doing Pilates, and I came across a YouTube channel. The lady there, she is so good. I started doing it in the morning here at home, and it feels so good. And this is also a habit you can just hop on it. You don't have to pay for it if you don't have the money. That's why I always say take advantage of Wi-Fi if you have Wi-Fi, and grab whatever you can grab to make your life better and to make yourself a better person. Next is to track your progress. You don't have to wait until you have achieved this big milestone. You don't have to wait until you have graduated for you to start celebrating yourself and tracking your progress. Let's say, for example, you wanted to start meal prepping so that you can at least be conscious of what you are eating, and it's been 1 week or 2 weeks and you've never done it before, and now you're so good with drinking your water, you're so good with at least making sure you're eating your proteins, and you are meal prepping, you're making sure you're eating right. Celebrate yourself. I always say other people may not know the struggles or whatever you're working on, but you owe it to yourself to celebrate yourself. I am so big right now with celebrating myself. I used to struggle so much with waking up in the morning, like snoozing alarm. And right now, when I tell you I do not snooze my alarm, yes, I have like days like Sundays where I'm like, I will sleep in and just be okay with resting and all of that. But when it comes, for example, to Monday to Friday, I am so good with my time. I celebrate myself so much. I am so proud of myself. And I always remember to congratulate myself. I'm like, girl, you're no longer snoozing your alarm and waking up rushing. And now I'm enjoying my mornings so much. They are not rushed. I have time for myself. I can read a page or two. I can write my gratitude. And it's so good to cheer yourself up. You don't have to wait for another person to recognize that, oh, you've been going to the gym for 2 weeks. Congratulations. You know you've been going to the gym for 2 weeks. Give yourself that congratulations. Whether that will mean congratulating yourself, you're gonna get yourself a new workout set to make you feel more comfortable, more confident to go to the gym, to continue going to the gym more and more. You know what you have to do. Don't wait for anyone to shower you with these accolades and everything. Give that for yourself. And with these steps, you're going to find that you are really working towards changing your life. Let's be real. Not every day is going to be easy. We have those days where we don't feel like showing up, but these are the days where you need to show up. Because if you let these days where you don't feel like it win, most of the days you're gonna be having an excuse of not to show up, and this is where discipline comes in. Let's be consistent. Sometimes it's hard. I'm not saying we should not be resting. I really advocate for resting. It's as important as being productive as well, but make sure you are being consistent in whatever you do. I'm gonna use myself as an example. When it comes to YouTube, I'm trying so much to be of value and at least upload one video every week. Yes, I do have other things I'm doing, but this is where consistency comes in, and this is where I'm checking in with how I'm doing when it comes to discipline, or if I'm planning my week well, so that I'll be able also to show up for you guys. And this is where you're like, okay, this is where I'm going, and it's making me feel accountable for my life. It's making me feel like I have a direction of where I want to go with my life, and it's really making me feel like I'm in charge of my life and I'm changing my life in one way or the other. Consistency. It doesn't matter what you're working on. Maybe you're home and you're a mom, and maybe you want to also try and fill your own cup, maybe do your own hair, make yourself feel like a girl again, and do your own makeup, go out with friends and have brunch. You know exactly what you are doing. Stay consistent with it and don't stop. Keep on going. And remember, we are not chasing perfection. We just want to be better and make progress at the end of the day. Next, and I believe this is very important, is investing in your personal development. If you come across a seminar, if you come across a course that you feel this is something I always want to do, and now that it has presented itself and I am willing and I have the money to pay for it, go ahead and pay for it and learn. Before, I used to feel like, oh, these courses, sometimes you spend so much money. But right now, with the mindset that I have, I tend to look at these things as an investment. Invest in yourself. So many things can be taken away from you, but someone will never take away the skills that you have acquired. And with skills, you can always get back everything you have lost, whether it's money, property, whatever it is that you may have lost, because you have skills, because you have built and you have worked and invested in yourself so much. Buy the books, attend the seminars, buy the courses, meet with those people who are not in your level. I always want to listen to people, and I always want to be around people who are doing more than I am doing. I always want to be around people who have what I aspire to have. The women who are thriving in everything they are doing, I want to know exactly what they do. How is their morning routine like these people, they have 24 hours like me, but what is that thing that they are doing that maybe I am not doing? And if I apply it, I could actually better my life and change my life. Those are the things that you need to invest in. Yes, go out, have fun and all of that, but make sure the biggest investment you are making is towards your own personal development. It's so important. You can sit down with people you never imagined you will sit with, and you have discussions. They even listen to you. They're happy to listen to your opinions. They're happy to share ideas with you. They even recommend places you can go, and you land opportunities you never imagined just because you chose to invest in yourself. Take personal development as something very serious. I don't play when it comes to personal development. If I have the money and I know I can get the course, I will pay for it. I don't even think twice about it. I will pay for it to invest in myself. Every month, I'm trying at least to get a book, and if I can't get a book, I'm hoping so much on podcast. If I'm walking to go to work, I always have my headphones on and I'm listening to a podcast, something to uplift me. I could be having maybe a not so good morning, I'm feeling low, and a podcast with positivity will lift my spirits up and I'll be ready for the day. Make sure you're investing in your personal development, because this will really pay you back big time. And now lastly is one of the things that I feel we should be talking more and normalizing, because we are all about productivity, and that is rest. Remember, you are human, you are not a robot. You need to rest, to rejuvenate and come back again. When you're always on the move, you will burnout. You will feel drained. You will not even have the strength to keep on going, and then now you are like slacking. It will take a week, it will take a month, and you are behind with your schedule. You are behind with things that you thought that you are on track, just because you're not prioritizing rest. Having rest days is important. If that is a Saturday for you where you're like you don't do much, you just rest, that is okay. Let nobody shame you or guilt trip you into thinking that you waste time just because you rest. One time I was talking to someone, and then we were like, oh, so what do you have planned for your off day? And then I was like, I don't have much planned. I'm planning on resting. And then the whole conversation got awkward because I felt like the person, maybe, I don't know, I just felt like the person felt like, okay, you're gonna rest on your off day, you don't have anything important to do. And I'm here to tell you, rest is important. You have a day. I recommend having a day, whether it's 4 hours of you resting, you have making your favorite meal, and just maybe watching your favorite TV show. You just reconnecting with nature, resting, rejuvenating, and slowing down. Because at the end of the day, your sanity, your mental health, your body, it needs all the love and care. And when you prioritize rest, you find that you are more strong to keep going. You are more energized. You are more on a positive note to keep on going. And when you apply all of these tips that I have shared with you, which I am also applying in my life, and I have seen a change, and that's why I'm sharing with you guys, you will definitely come back here and you're going to say that a tip or two did something for your life. And that is what I want for all of us. That was it for today's video, guys. I hope this video was helpful. Please don't forget to give this video a big like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and comment, share this video, and I'll be seeing you on the next one. Bye.